Okay, welcome to the Chemical and Physical Changes Lab. In this lab, we're going to be moving to a series of different stations and just making some observations. So hopefully you already have a piece of paper out, and it should look like this. It should be called Chemical and Physical Changes. You need a place to write observations and a place to decide whether the thing you observe is a chemical change, or a physical change. So we're going to just start with part A. Part A says add about 5 drops of cobalt chloride and sodium phosphate to a spot plate. So here's my spot plate, and I'm going to add 5 drops of cobalt chloride. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And sodium phosphate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So go ahead and write down observations and then decide whether that is a chemical or a physical change. Alright, we're moving on now through the lab to station B. This station says add about 15 drops of water to a well, add 1 drop of food coloring, swirl or mix with a toothpick. So here's some water. We're going to go there's our 15 drops of water and one drop of food coloring. And you can kind of see as I swirl that around, that's what it looks like. So you can write down your observations, decide whether that's chemical or physical. All right, now the next few are not actually in the lab, they're on a piece of paper. So I'm just going to show you the paper. So for part C, ice is melted and then heated until it boils. Now you've already seen this, so we're not actually going to do this, but tell me what you would observe and whether it would be chemical or physical. And if you need more time, you can pause this video. Part D says salt is dissolved in water. Again, you've seen this already, so we're not going to do it, but tell me what you would observe and whether it is chemical or physical. Okay, the next 3, we're going to look at some pictures. So for part E, you can go ahead and take a look at this picture right here and decide whether that picture is showing a chemical or a physical change. So again, if you need more time, you can pause the video. Here's part F. And again, you can decide whether that is chemical or physical. I'll zoom in a little bit there so you can see what it says. And part G. It's another picture. Alright, we're going to walk over here now to do part H. So this says add 5 drops of potassium iodide to a well, and then add 5 drops of lead nitrate. So here's my potassium iodide. And my lead nitrate. So again, just write down the observations, whether this is chemical or physical. Okay, this is part I. It says add a piece of magnesium ribbon and then 10 drops of HCl. We're going to observe it. So, get my magnesium ribbon here. Okay, so there's my magnesium ribbon in the well right there, you can see. Okay, and you can see that it's bubbling. I don't know if you can hear on this video, but it is fizzing. Right, so there's part I. Okay, moving over here, we're going to part J. So this one uses magnesium ribbon also, but we're going to add copper chloride instead of HCl this time. And we're out of magnesium ribbon, so we'll come back to that one. Okay, part K. This one says, we'll come back to that part J in just a moment, but part K says add 5 drops of NaOH and 2 drops of phenolphthalein. Then we're going to add 10 drops of HCl. We might do a little bit less than that, just for the sake of time. So here's sodium hydroxide. And we're adding phenolphthalein. Okay, and now we're going to add some HCl. Okay, so that's part K. And then finally for part L, we're going to mix 5 drops of nickel chloride and 5 drops of Ki, which is potassium iodide. Alright, and we're going to come back to this magnesium one now, and I'm going to go run and grab the magnesium. Okay, so we're back, and here's the magnesium in that well right there. And we're going to add the copper chloride. Okay, so this one's a little harder to see, but there is a little bit of what looks like bubbling going on, and the magnesium is beginning to get discolored, so it's kind of turning brown. So go ahead and write down any observations that you have and whether that is a chemical or a physical change. Alright, so that's today's lab. Hopefully you enjoyed doing this by video. And we'll see you in class.